All right, so now we'll be starting. This is it, guys. The last campaign of Pharaoh. The end is in sight. The new kingdom. Oh,
The splendor of our cities illuminates the entire world. And, like moths to the flame, usurpers come to challenge our sovereignty, tearing Egypt apart. For a new weapon of war has emerged, and it has swept over Egypt like a storm in the desert.
okay. Kuman. I'm tempted. I'm tempted to pick Kuman just for the name. Kuman. But it's called Vengeance. I suspect it's going to be the military campaign. This one's called Inspiration. Sauty. Lycopolis. Hermopolis. Let's listen to the story for each of them. I'm presuming this one's going to be the military one. We're probably not picking it, so we'll listen to this one first.
Most powerful Pharaoh, Egypt cries out for your help. The menacing Hyksos have invaded our land and have set up their own capital at Roarthi. From Roarthi, they have disrupted many of our trade routes, choking off needed supplies. We must stop their conquest before it is too late. If it pleases you, great Pharaoh, we should reclaim the city at Kmun, which has been violated by these foul invaders. We should also build a strong army and navy, for we may need to supply troops and arms to our compatriots in the north, especially at Roarthi, to help repel the Hyksos incursion. They will look to you, Child of Ra, for support. But now, we too have a new weapon. Our wise military leaders have become proficient in the use of the dreaded chariot, and we shall turn it back upon our enemies and drive them before us. Once we drive the troublesome Hyksos out, our military advisors recommend building a fort in Sinai at Sharuhed to prevent further invasions from the east. If only our trouble was limited to the north. Reports from our southern border show that the Nubians are once again taking advantage of a distracted Egypt. They have reclaimed the southern cities of Icon and Het. While these lost cities are cause for concern, we must first oust the Hyksos before we can turn our attention southward. These Hyksos are most unholy invaders. We have just discovered that they have defiled the pyramid here in Kmun. They have stolen from the pyramid all the burial provisions that the mighty Pharaoh interred here needs in the field of reeds. We should provide a new supply of grave goods so that the Pharaoh buried here can enjoy life everlasting.
For a military mission, these goals are not a walk in the park. I suppose it's not that bad, but 6,000 population is larger than what we had in that previous mission. 50 prosperity is not too bad. Kingdom rating is probably going to ask you for troops all the time. It's not that bad. I guess it comes down to how annoying the monuments are, but I bring it up because I'm concerned that if this is the requirements for the military mission, then the peaceful mission that I'm more inclined to choose is probably it's gonna have quite annoying requirements if this is like the lighter. How it works is for this game, you often get a choice between two cities where you want to go, and one is like the city where you're going to be expected to have like you're going to get invaded more often. You're going to have to supply troops. It's going to be like a military centric um chapter, and a compromise for that. Uh, the goals are less like the goals are more forgiving because it's like okay, you're going to be having to do this with like invasions reoccurring on your territory and also with like Pharaoh or one of your advisors in another city constantly requesting troops. That's if you choose to do the military city. And the other city it was peaceful, but it's peaceful in quotation marks. It's like there's still quite a chance that you could still get invaded and you're going to have to deal with a military situation. But it's not going to be as like it's not going to be like as often and constant as it would have been in the military mission. Like the invading force is usually not as big, and you don't get invaded as often, and requests for troops come in less often. But because you're not required to really have to worry about military as much as you would in the military-centric mission, the goals tend to be more difficult. The like economic goals you have to do. And I military has never been great in the Sierra City Builder games, but um, it's particularly janky in the older ones like this. I've never quite enjoyed playing the militaristic missions. I always generally pick the economic focused missions, and yeah, I really feel like it's better for even in spite of the fact that it means you just have to have higher requirements for your city. Having to just interact with the military system as least as possible is just beneficial as the player. So let's check out this one, which is probably the one we're gonna pick.
O king of the two lands,
I don't like it.
Egypt cries out for your help. The menacing Hyksos have invaded our land and have set up their own capital at Roarti. From Roarti, they have disrupted many of our trade routes. We must stop their conquest before it is too late. Here at Sauty, we are safe from immediate attack, although the Hyksos have the gall to demand tribute. We may need to supply troops and arms to our compatriots in the north to help repel the Hyksos incursion. They will look to you, O mighty Pharaoh, for support. But now, we too have a new weapon. Our wise military leaders have become proficient in the use of the dreaded chariot, and we shall turn it back upon our enemies and drive them before us. If only our trouble was limited to the north. Reports from our southern borders show that the Nubians are once again taking advantage of a distracted Egypt. They have reclaimed the southern cities of Icon and He. If Egypt is to emerge intact from these turbulent times, much will be required of your generals in the field and on the river. To inspire your two best generals, you have promised to build each of them a pyramid as spectacular as your own. Holding your promise in their hearts, they are fiercely combating the foe, calling upon all their strength and sinew. If it pleases you, mighty Pharaoh, you should build 3 magnificent pyramids at Sauty, one for yourself and one for each of your generals. These 3 pyramids will take up considerable space, so you will need to surrender some valuable resources in order to accommodate them. You may also need to extend your city across the Nile to avail yourself of all the resources needed for this city to flourish.
This does not sound good. I was looking at the goals right at the start as the narration was starting, and it's like, okay, 6.5k population, not too bad, that's doable. Prosperity 75. Prosperity is the freest rating in the game. That don't worry. Like if prosperity 100 is easy to get. Don't worry about prosperity. You don't even have to take that in consideration. Kingdom 60, not bad. Kingdom 60 is easy enough to get. Culture rating 70, a little bit annoying, but you just do the spam at the end. We needed 85 of the rating at the end of the last one, so this means we just have to spam a few fewer libraries. It'll be fine. And then you get to that last one. Then you get to that monument rating 40, and that is going to be so annoying. But here we are. Here we're going to do it. It sounds like from the narration as well, there's going to be a bit of a space problem in our city. You have to build 3 huge pyramids, and building one pyramid is annoying enough. So it's not outside the realm of possibilities. This might be a 3-stream mission. Because like ideally we get close to halfway this time and we can chug it out the next time, but 3 pyramids is really bad. This one, monument rating is very undervalued in this game. Like, like 70 for anything else is like, okay, that's fine. 70 is fine for everything else. Like 40 is like free for anything. Like 40 culture is like free. Kingdom rating 40 is free. Monument rating 40 is bad. 15 monument rating is obnoxious as it is. Anyway, I guess we should stop delaying and take a look at the city. SG4E strikes again. Oh, please don't tell me this is as big as it is. Well, is this where... Okay, what do we got for raw materials? Clay is going to go here. They can go here, too. That's interesting. There's enough flood plain for... There's a pretty sizable floodplain right here. That's good to see. Oh, do you know it's a little bit... Do you know it's cheeky? You can't build anything on here. This is bait. This is bait right here. Because, well, you could. The thought is, okay, you just make a road across the floodplain, and you put your stuff here, and it's fine. Not fine. This island is going to be inaccessible whenever it's flooded, making it pretty useless. So the only other way you can use it is if you ferry over to here. You connect this, and then you connect this to here, and then it's always available. But, I mean, what are we going to put there? Medium pyramid? You know, this is made for a pyramid. They put this here just so you could put a pyramid. Because this space is very dead. Otherwise, space is incredibly dead. We're probably putting a pyramid there. Like here's where the rocks are. Limestone. Limestone. Gemstone is just money, right? Yeah. There's rocks on this side too. You really want your housing to be on this side. Oh, don't tell me that's a gator. Not sure how aggressive the gator is going to be. Probably going to wall him off just to be safe. Did I bring my money over from the last mission? Nope. Rip my money. Rip my money. SG4E the 22nd. That's me. Okay, so one pyramid goes here, and I guess you squeeze in the other two up here. The mud brick pyramid. You put them both here. There is some farm there. What do we got for farm? Pomegranate and flax. Oh, really, man? Really? The gator there, too. That gator gonna be very annoying. If you're planning on farming on that side. There's some farms here. What do we want to do? How do we want to do this? Remember, where you place your city at the start of the map is the most important decision you'll make for the whole campaign. You can't move the city. There's no, like, group select and drag the city somewhere else. So if you put it in the wrong spot and you can't expand the way you want to, your choice is to reset. This would be good for clay, but may not be able to get it. Can't really build. Well, we don't. We don't have. I wonder if I can hit this prosperity rating without grading my houses all the way. Let's take a look at what our import exports are going to be like. So we need to get this online as quickly as possible. We can import food. That's good to know. Can import straw. Make bricks. Make bricks. Can export bricks. That's one potential moneymaker. I can import barley and export beer. That's another good moneymaker. Can export luxury goods. So mine gems and export them as luxury goods. That's very good. Or limestone. We can grow flax, we can't sell it. $6.5K population. How are we gonna do that? At least 2 housing districts for sure. I think it has to be 3. Because we had 2 housing districts in a previous map. And it only gave us about 5K. So it needs to be 2 and a little bonus. This is also kind of bait. A lot of these you can't actually build close to them. Actually build close enough to a lot of these because there's dunes here, so just put it there. Can't put any around here. So I'm pretty content with. We're gonna build all of the housing on this side. That makes a lot of sense. One pyramid's gonna go here. I guess it doesn't have to. We could put all 3. Can we think all 3 would fit here? Oh. Might be able to fit all 3 here. But here's where the stone is going to have to be. Really like the pyramids to be close to where the stone is. But this is just pretty dead space up here. This is a pretty sizable floodplain. I could probably get my food all on this floodplain. So the final question is... Okay, well, but I guess now we can build chariots? Chariot maker. I assume that takes wood. Makes chariots. Probably gonna want that. What kind of forts can we build? Infantry. How am I gonna get weapons? Is that just bait? I don't see a way how to support an infantry. Building right side is kind of nice. I kind of want to just put it here. You build it here, and where's your first tower? Where's the expansion going to be? Here? Decisions. You build it here? This little water patch over here is just too annoying. Yeah, those little water patches are too annoying. I think you're gonna build it here, but you kind of don't want it to be that close to the farmland. Decent chunk of farmland here. I might as well grow the pomegranates on the farmland, right? I don't really care about flax. Start. What is our speed? Speed's got to go down to 80 for the start of this. Think we're ready to get started? Now that we've done the city planning. Oh no, you sir, you are not going anywhere. You are not going. You may have plans, but welcome to the zoo. Cute. Enjoy the alligator exhibit. Oh no, there's another one. This doesn't seem, if you're wondering, this doesn't seem intended. It's effective. Does not seem intended. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what to do anymore. I love that meme with the cat. All right. Let's get to building. There's even some land over here. Up, Gudabongo time. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. With a pretty big population. Alright, there's our housing block. What do you guys think? Good idea? Built good? Good positioning? Bad positioning? Medium positioning? Bad idea? Good idea? Small idea? Adorable idea? We gotta make some farms. never get tired of Gudabongo. How could you? How could you get tired of that? Beautiful. %, fertile, 30. That's a lot. Okay. 2, 2, 2, 3, 8, 10. Those numbers don't look that good. Those numbers don't look that good. Welp. How we doing on work? Not enough workers. Ah. I really want to build there. Already running low on money. Not good. All right, there we go. Now it's a lot more fertile. We got some got some water. Alligators are big sleeping. They're like, yeah, we can't go anywhere. This sucks. It do suck. I'm gonna regret having this huge population later. Oh well. That's like the hey, you better hurry up. You better hurry up because there's an army gonna be here before you know it. Oh no. I forgot the most important thing. Ugh. Well, better it burns down now than when it's full of food. Yeah, we should build these. I really hope I get a bailout. I'm gonna need it. Nope, when you're the Pharaoh, there's no bailouts. Oh, what are we gonna do about this? That really sucks. Wait, what's the cheapest thing I could export? Which city are we? This one. Limestone and bricks. Beer. I'd prefer a land trade route. If I had limestone, how much would it sell for? 76. 76 is not going to make me a lot of cash. 76 is not going to make me a lot of cash. 46. How much for luxury goods? If I buy it, it's 300. If I sell it, it's 150. Like, I feel like I'm getting screwed over on the markup there. Only 35 selling the limestone. I got unemployment now, so it's fine. I can expand. Okay. It's fine. It's not fine. Well, it will be fine. Soon. Opium. No, don't Google my debt. Whatever you do, please don't Google my debt. Oh, it's gonna get even worse too. That one's slightly cheaper. Classic American gameplay. Yeah, it's like borrow from China now, worry about it later. Doesn't it say something if you just go to like 5K, you just lose, or is it? You can spend up to 5K worth of credit and then you can't even buy anything else. Yikes. Well, let's hope we don't get invaded because I can't do anything. There's nothing I can do, fam. Monument. This post is signed by Monument. Yeah, it turns out we're not doing sailing. Signed by Monument. This is gonna be a big reckoning of no food soon, too.
I love the art of the deal. I can't wait to trade my supplies.
It'll be fine, but trust the process. Okay. These are gonna sell for 200 each. These are gonna sell for 200 each. We're gonna go down 500 in the black out of the red. Oh, we needed to go more than that. I think I'm going to be out of debt before it becomes a problem. It's just a little bit painful. Every year I'm in debt, the kingdom hates me, even though I'm the mighty Pharaoh. You'd think the kingdom would stop being obnoxious and trust. They should trust their Pharaoh. Pharaoh, bail me out. Miko lost. Mikochi. I'm Mikochi. It's me. Oreda. What do these things want? Too little entertainment. Okay. Can I afford? No, I cannot. How did it go down more? Why am I becoming... Why am I becoming? I'm becoming. Bakura. What's the employment situation? Employment is fine. Employment is fine. It's Daijobu. Not really Daijobu, but it's Daijobu. See, this is gonna sell for big cash. This is like about 1,000, so we're gonna go from 5k in the negative to 4k in the negative. Just keep trusting the process. Okay, I like. Okay, 1k of debt wiped off the slate in an instant. That was a little bit brutal. That was a little bit brutal of an opener. Brutality. Yeah, luxury goods were the way to go. I feel like I'm missing out on the window. I think military needs to get up soonish, but there's nothing I can do. In debt, that's number one priority. But I feel like around now I'd maybe be thinking about starting to raise a military. But there's no way. There's no way. Because military is going to cost me big money that I don't have. This will get us out of debt. It just needs to get us out of debt quickly. Fortunately, we've got the workers for this. We've managed, like, we're in the sweet spot for workers. We don't have overemployment. We don't have underemployment. Everything is fully employed, which means we're at max efficiency producing these these luxury goods. Although we do want to. Okay, it's November. That's good because we're gonna get the rollover soon. Like how many have I? Yeah, we're gonna get this rolled over soon. It would be nice if one more boat came this year, but it might not. That is. That's a rough opener. I overbuilt. Whoops. Oopsies. It was just an oopsie. Like when you're streaming on Twitch and all of a sudden your boobs fall out of your bra. Whoopsies. You get a live stream fail. And you get banned for 72 hours. Whoopsies. I know, right? It's the worst. It really is the worst, isn't it? The debt is not going down fast enough, guys. Huawei predicts a good Nilometer, a good Nile next year, good flooding. Ruffians. It's gonna flood a lot next year. Donkey Kong Country 2 today was based. Okay, we need more like that. We need it to be big, like sauna. Today they did. They started in World 2. They did the hamster wheel level. Fuwawa is the bosser. She killed boss 1, the little beaver, and she owned the like necky bird. Boss 2 of World 2. She's the boss killer. Fuwawa would be doing like. Fuwawa does like 7 shapers per second of DPS. Runs the boss killing build. And then they did the first 2 stages of World 3. Good day in DKC. Good day in DKC. The debt is halfway cleared. Not a Chihuahua, remember. Not a Chihuahua, she's Fuwawa. They idolize me as a Hololive member. Who wants this pottery? Ruffians, do you want the pottery? Problem is I've got too many workers. Who buys this pottery? It says one of these cities buy pottery. I can't find it. What? Am I missing a city? Oh, no one buys pottery. I can't read. Whoops, what a surprise. Whoops, my boobs fell out again. Really is the word. What do you want me to do? Don't these gods know that I've got problems? Oh, these are really expensive. It's Osiris is pissed at me. That hurt. Fuwawa Abiskard. That was quick. Oh, what is the dead anniversary gonna do to me? It's really bad. We need to get out of debt like now.
I love the art of the deal. I can't wait to trade my supplies.
Yeah, and why aren't you trading? It's brutal. Can I just pay people less? We need to do something. Pay 1,500 every year. These people want too much. Need to get out of debt. Wawa Abiskard. Help me get out of debt, please. Wawa needs your help to take over the Tilted Towers or whatever it's called. All she needs is your mom's credit card and the 3 digits on the back. People want too much money. It's a problem. Arius is doing retro achievements every day this week. 2 streams a day, all retro achievements. It's pretty based. Got a full retro achievement stream plan ahead. Like afternoon, French time, he's gonna stream for like 4 hours. And then he's gonna take a break for dinner, and then he's gonna just come back and get more retro achievements. He's just that based. Problem is, one more dead anniversary is really bad. Very bad ruffians. Anything to get out of debt. We're close. We're close. We're edging. We're edging, chat room. Speaking of edging, I wonder how Lidika is doing right now. Let me see. Is she still streaming? Yeah, she's 3 hours and 50 minutes into Doki Doki Literature Club. Now that is based. And she's gonna come back later and do another stream. Ooh, I'm so happy that Best Girl from Regloss is also best streamer. At least so far, she's looking like best streamer. Oh, okay, we're so close. We're so close. I'm cooming. I need Hosho Marin to start the countdown, which she has done. If you're into that, just Google Hosho Marin countdown. In Japanese though. Ju. Q. Hachi. Nana. Roku. We're close. We're 900 away. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, that's... I would have liked to avoid that one. Oh, that's really bad. But we should be out now. We should be... I would have loved to have just gotten it just 1 month sooner. So I didn't get the debt penalty. It's okay, though. I'll smooth it over with a gift. This is really dangerous. Having a kingdom rating this low is really bad. It's really bad. Because now if we ever get... if we ever get like a thing we can't comply with, we're just screwed. Yep, Micah's upload should be coming up soonish, I guess. It's been uploaded. But I don't know how it works after that point. Like sometimes YouTube has to process it, sometimes it's like available. I don't know when it actually pings out the subs. Pings out the new Micah video. Just got out of debt, man. Okay, we're in a holding pattern. We got to get a year go by. We got to get a year go by before I'll start building stuff. Yeah, hopefully the other ones will go up soonish too. Micah videos. sleep this weekend instead. You got a busy week this week, you know? Before the Gruta Loke. Or are we just talking about Pokemon? Have you started the Pokemon grind yet? I gotta check the spreadsheet and see where everybody is. Okay, now that is actually, I'm very happy to see that. Because what this means is I can just get free Kingdom Love Me points. Then I don't have to worry. Didika. You have? Okay, good luck. Half Beastie did 10.5 hours of Lotro today. Weird champ. What? Lotro is not going to play itself. I was surprised by the quantity of Lotro teams. Surprised that the quantity of Lotro teams exceeds the amount of Apex teams. Personally, a bit surprised by that. But Apex is probably the sweatiest one. Yeah, I'm not really a big Apex fan either, but Apex is the quickest but the sweatiest, I suppose. Thing to play. Apex is in and only Apex gamers play it, yeah. Kind of misjudged here. We're gonna have to keep this area open for like a housing district. Wait, what happened to my fields? Okay, Fuwaba Apex Guard. Fuwaba Abi Scarred plays Apex. He's gonna qualify. I guess that event destroyed my fields. That one where what's his name, Osiris showed up. I thought it just said I was gonna get bad inundation, but my fields just disappeared. Problem is, where's the third housing district gonna go, man? Guess I could technically sneak one in over here, but I'm not happy about it. Not happy about it, but I'm not grumpy either. Okay, money is ceasing to be a problem. I should probably focus on military. Ooh, military is going to require me to make some wood, though. Not crazy about that. We can do the little alcove over here. Can be. Ooh, new trading area. Did I also get kingdom points? I didn't. Well. That kind of sucks. I don't think I can do that. Where can I just dump this? There's fine. Put my house. But I can smooth things over with the Pharaoh. Alright, now you plebs are gonna have to pay tax. The free lunch is over. Pay up. What are you gonna do here? Oh, we were gonna see that new trade route that supposedly opened up. Which was the city? New trade route to Kerma? More way to print money. Uh, It'd be cool if I could export those. What do we get? Workers. This is so awkward. I don't know what I'm doing. All the hetero girls with BF warning down bad for Ow. Yeah, I thought I watched Ow in the collab, and yeah, I feel like she does, like, she shows off more of her personality and with other people. Like obviously you're gonna be pretty nervous on your debut. I felt like she did better in the collab with the other girls when they looked at like the stuff. It's still not the VTuber for me. That's fine, but uh my perception of her improved once I saw her interact with some of her gen mates. Seemed to vibe pretty well, that group. They vibing. What if I started making limestone? I'm gonna need both of these. But me personally, I'm down bad for Ririka. And Kanade is cute too. Those are my top two. They're really good. I'm down bad. Real bad. How's this gonna work? One against one, sweaty gamer. Is that what the cool kids call Pokemon Showdown? Posho? How's Posho, man? How you Poshoing? Yeah. I'd expect, it doesn't surprise me that Tapioca's up on the latest lingo. Duolingo. Tapioca knows the lingo. Duolingo. What's that? Does it look like I care, man? Coastline is very, everybody calls it Poche, even if it's a pos. Coastline is very hard to come by in this game. Very hard to come. I guess I could put it all here. I just do that. That's what that's actually what I should do. Unironically, you should do that. What's the employee situation? Like, we should probably do something about that, right? What are we looking employee-wise? Ah, that's a lot of employees needed. Let's just let that vibe a bit. Let's let that vibe. And pottery up. Yeah, I'm just gonna comply with that. Unfortunate. Unfortunate chat room. All of Cristiano's emos to show our superiority. So how does the Gruta Loke work? And like, are you on a team? Are you all gonna be playing it together in a call on the weekend, or how's it work? Everybody just do their own thing? El Gruta Loke. Yeah, I'm not on the Gruta Loke Discord, unfortunately. Very unfortunate. Cool. Cool beans. Like, as soon as I get a full military up, and again, this is a peaceful mission, but still need a military. As soon as I get a full military up, I can just play as slowly as I want. It'll be lovely. That's a lot of employees needed, though. That is a lot of employees needed. This is a problem, as Arius would say. Yeah, this is quite a problem. Pretty big problem we got going on. Couple more houses. A few. That's a bad idea, because as soon as those potteries come in, we're gonna be overloaded with workers. That'll be a good time to save. Moko-chan, did you save? Like, they go to the candy barrel in Donkey Kong Country, and I mean, to be fair, there's no, like, it doesn't like make like a sound effect or anything after you save in Donkey Kong Country. Like, you go to the candy barrel, and it's just like, just shows you the screen with your percentage, and you leave. It doesn't, like, you don't like, wait, did I need to press a button to like confirm save over my file or something? So wow, was like, Moko-chan, go back in, make sure you saved. I don't know if it's saved, Moko-chan. Nah, this is enough money. I mean, sure, more money is good, but this is enough money. It's not at a point where we have to be scared of a money situation. Moko-chan. For the record, they hearted my message. on the community post. So I wrote something that was very supportive, and they read that. Like, oh, SG4E is the best. I'm gonna give him a heart, and they did. That's exactly what they did. This message from SG4E is just so sweet. Fake nice? I'm real nice. What do you mean? What does you mean fake nice? Huh? Uh? You think I don't care about Fuwawa Mokoko Abi scarred? Of course I care. Hopefully that does something. Okay, our standing is not ass.
Firefighting is hard work, and I'd love to cool off with a good show. There's not enough of that here.
Can't even get workers. I may have... Mistakes may have been made. Posho Gaming. Well, I want to let me build something nice. These are funky looking. Ah, the chill. The chill right now. Tell both of these not to buy the luxury goods. The Luxa. Getting getting these buildings to have workers would be ideal. It'd be kind of good. We are kind of we're gonna be kind of space constrained here, aren't we? Is this close enough to the water? Here is the. Could put the straw. Yeah, because we probably want the brickworks here. I will build that industry once we get the next worker influx. Coming soon, but I just want to expand too fast. Like, we lost a lot of time. We lost a lot of time just sitting there while we waited for money to come in, because we were about to lose the game on account of that. Don't really like paying the extortion, but it's fine. Fuwawa Abiscard would pay the extortion to avoid a conflict, so I'll just be like Fuwawa. What would Fuwawa do? We gotta build a couple of these. Pottery taking forever and a day, man. The great pottery shortage rears its ugly head once again. Our people finally are moving in. Now we're gonna need beer. Who's got barley? Import barley. Which one of you noids sells this? Oh, you just sell beer. Huh. We might not actually bother. I wonder how high I can get the prosperity rating without trying to get. Well, Yeah, if we just get some houses up to the nice like size, like what's a decent strat is you put these small statues around some houses so they all can't. Oh, no. What do you want, man? Do a little entertainment, really, man? Put these small statues so you block the full evolutions of some of these. That way you don't have to deal with. Like you can go halvesies with the housing district. Like you can get some rich people and some just still working class. We're gonna need a lot of working class for this. We also want some prosperity. So that's probably the nice middle ground. And like I said, that's what Wawa would do.
There are so many.
Our terrible reputation could provoke an attack.
Fine. I'll give more money. Alright, now we're looking good. We're looking good. Where the unemployment or situation, well, the reverse, the underemployment situation, where we have more jobs than we have people to fill them, can resolve itself pretty soon, I feel. I'm surprised I'm putting these people to work as fast as I am. Because we just need more employees now already. This coffer I got there, yeah, it's not like overflowing, but it's getting the job done. And we're gonna have to import papyrus, and that's gonna really suck. It's gonna really suck. Where's the papyrus gonna come from? Hopefully it comes from a land route. Now hold on. Have this one pick it up for the best. Up, Gurbango. Not dead again. No. Good at new outfit, Bongo. That was pretty cute. It looked like the rigging was the rigging was reminiscent of the bad cat ears outfit she got forever ago, which is really silly. Like Rhombus Tron, the return of Gouda Rhombus, which is just, like, how does that happen again? But the design is cute. It's just the face is rigged a little bit weirdly sometimes when you look at it. Depending on how she like tilts her face, there's like one way if she tilts her face, or she just looks really flat on the face. I don't know. I don't know how that happened again. The palace has been robbed. Put some police here. That's really weird to me how the dancers work. How can he lose? Bum 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 bum. Gift from a neighbor, yes. Would you like money? Yes, yes, I would like money. When he sees Fuawa's schedule, I lost. Fuamoko mornings. Minecraft revenge arc. What's going on here? What do you people not have now? How do you not have water? How does the water guy screw me over? Really, man? Really? I don't know much about that game that they're playing. Tuesday night, was it? Let me get up the Fuamoko schedule real quick. Ichijo Ririka is still streaming. That's pretty based. Community. The closing shift. What is that about? Then River City Girls. Advent collab is going to be Mario Kart 8. Little Witch No Beta on Saturday. Sakura Wars. Yeah, it's like, you know. No OT this week. No DKC did it this week. A little bit satch. But still a lot of streams. And there's plenty of Fuamoko mornings, which is what we're all here to see. Oh, shoot. That's right. I deleted that and I didn't put it back in. Whoops. Fuamoko mornings. No, they own up to it. They own up to it, but I get the sense that it's it's a lot of management crap. I get the sense that it's like those days where they don't have a nighttime stream and they just have Fuamoko morning. I get the sense that they have a lot of homework that they're still doing. Fuamoko mornings. But there's plenty to enjoy for Fuamoko mornings. Knighthood opens soon. What does that mean? What does it mean, chat room? I just realized that there's not a lot of rocks. There's not a lot of rocks. Does she still not have membership? Does she still not have membership? Really, man? Is it gonna be? There's no way it's called the Knighthood, right? You're just memeing on me, right? That is true, isn't it? White Knight Clan, Black Knight Clan. Which side are you on? I had to kill 1,600 for Falador Elite, and I still don't have Falador Easy. Take that, nerds. Yep. Never bothered to get Falador easy. I'll get it eventually. Copium. So where does this put us in prosperity? Doesn't put us very far, does it? That was pretty cheap. Not using the Slaymore bracelet? Oh, you're doing it wrong, sir. I don't know about building these pyramids. Could one theoretically go here? No. One could go there. I don't know about that. What would Fuawa do? Fuawa would be grateful to the ruffians. How many times are you gonna get Gudabongo? Nah, I shouldn't. That's as good as it gets, isn't it? Yeah, we're just gonna need a lot of that. We're gonna need a lot of stone for these pyramids. It's just like there's not enough space to mine the stone. Like it looks like there's a lot. Like, oh, look at that stone, but you have to build an adjacent cleared tile, the mines, and I need money. So I've been prioritizing the gemstone mines. I can take those out later if money's not a problem, but I don't like that's probably never happening. It's probably never happening where I can just be like, yeah, I think I can deal with like 5,000 less money per year. I think I can deal with that. Did that ever happen? There is a little tiny space here where, like, how big is this space? How big is it, ruffians? Enough to build 3. So obnoxious. Still want more desirability, huh? How much chickpeas can I get a year? Should be enough. Probably opening that route soonish. I don't actually know. What are these called? What is this pyramid called again? Mud brick pyramid. Let me refresh my memory on what materials we need for that. Wait, it doesn't even need the granite? Oh no. Or the plain stone. I'm glad I saw that. I'm glad I saw that. Because we are then going to redo everything. Makes no. Can I export this plain stone? Which one of you nerds wants this crap? You do. Oh no, you sell it to me on bricks. Why do I have this crap then? What? That makes no sense to me. But I'm just gonna go full limestone. I don't know, might regret it later, but they do have their good moments, don't they? No, together they have their best moments. Wilderness Slayer task hit different because it's just always a loot explosion. 10. Yeah, can you explain what that deal with Trihex is? Like, what's the doing the runs over and over again of Mario too? Speaking of doing runs of Mario, I follow a Japanese SM64 runner who the past like week I've seen him streaming every night in Japan and during the afternoons on weekdays. He's been practicing carpetless in Rainbow Ride, and it is something to watch. I can't imagine. I can't imagine ever doing that. I don't know if I've ever seen him get it from level entry. I've seen him like load, like he's got like the ROM hack on EverDrive where you can like load save state, and I've seen him practice the wall kick to the star, and he's gotten that a couple times that I've seen. But I've seen him now trying to do full like load into star and do the whole bit where you go and you go to the ship, and you grab the bomb, and then you warp over and you use the super funky momentum. That looks like getting that in a run. No way, man. No way. Mizkif. SM64. Lose the streak. Damn, it's like it really wants us to go for that. Yeah, we should probably make the other housing district. What are we at on goals? Kingdom rating is looking very poor. Kingdom rating is looking very poor. Send a gift. Slayer points are going stonks. I'm gonna bond up right now just so I can hop to Yemo's world and kill him. He's asking for it. You're asking for it, sir. I need bricks. What are we gonna do about bricks, chat room? Which one of these cities is gonna sell me straw? You are. Honestly, just give me all this. Give me all this. What's a man without straw? Wawa, get the straw. Wawa. Mukoko, get the straw. Fuwawa's DKC has actually gotten better. No memes. Mokoko's is still better, but like Fuwawa now can do stuff and not like immediately want to pass the controller to Mokoko. She's improving herself. It's cute. Very cute. Big cuteness. Dream cuteness. What do the gods think? Displeased Osiris. There you go. Be happy. I'm killing Yimo. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, I got good combat stats. Unless you mean you're at too low, Wily. Well, I don't need range gear. I'll just walk up to you and whip you to death. Like that. Okay, buddy, Hololive. Pretty crazy how many of these things you make more. Make more. Mah. Barraging stuff, you're not whipping him? What do you mean? He's behind something, so I physically can't get to him? I'll find a way. I'll find a way, mark my words. Can freeze me? I'll drink the anti-freeze potion. My magic is high enough, you won't be able to hit me. Like people cast the freeze, it just doesn't hit. Easy, man. What are we doing on... Oh, we need a lot of employees. What can I do about that? Probably just put down more housing. Put down more housing and deal with it later. Freeze tick you. Look at this nice little brickwork industry we've got over here. Alright. It's hard to say. We're not halfway. Oh no, look at my population. I have to over double this. This isn't gonna be that easy. Nah, we're less than halfway. Unfortunately. Does this want me to build a zoo as well? There's no zoo. We're free of zoo. Free of zoo. But I think this is a decent stopping point because I think what we're gonna have to do next is start like maybe do another like I think what we do next is we build the second housing district. Maybe we start upgrading to some fancy schmancy houses in the main housing district, and then we start building the pyramids. I think this is a good basis, and then I think we're gonna have to start doing that stuff. So I think now is, if we're gonna do this over 2 streams, I feel like now is the best time to stop. And there's no way we're gonna be able to do it in 1 stream at this point since we finished up the other mission at the start. Let's save this. Peace out. Monument Dickus is at 0%. Halfway through the stream, nice 7 hours, right? Oh, did we make it to 4 hours? Yeah. Rip. Oh well. Blame Fuamoko for making me start at midnight. Let's see who's streaming. Solomon's already done for the night. I thought he was streaming earlier. Why is Triax is still streaming now? On the right paw. I'll send you guys over to Kirby. He's playing Honkai. Nice weeb game. Who doesn't enjoy a good weeb game? We might come back to this tomorrow. I'm going to try. But if not tomorrow, then probably Tuesday. At least one of those 2 days. Yeah. Yep, small stream. Small stream inspired by the new Gouda outfit today that was also very small. Yep, catch you guys next time. Bye-bye. You just have to hop on Discord. Hop on Fall Guys and talk about RuneScape. Rip, then yeah, you are actually screwed. I mean, just use this chat still. Who cares?